Hi there, Nancy Muller here from Mastering Your Beliefs. And I'm so excited about the influencer conversation we're going to have today. And I'm here with,
Ildiko Skur, the Life Read Tuner. And I know, Nancy, we've had a great conversation and we can't wait to share with you because it's powerful information today.
exactly. I think the word influencer is kind of a buzzword today, when people are talking about what kind of
Uh-huh.
an influencer are you? And of course, we want to be an influencer in our business because that's where the sales come from. That's the marketing terms that are being thrown around. But
Yeah,
you and I are taking it really deep today and talking about the energy
yeah,
of the influencer.
absolutely. We're putting a completely different twist on it than anybody else. But it's really, really important to get to understand what we're talking about today because it makes a big difference, doesn't it?
It does. And I think before we go any further, I think that I'd love for you to share just some energy, and in case someone hasn't really been um, I don't know,
Mm.
introduced to it and is still kind of wondering, like, how does that play in my life?
Sure, absolutely. I'm actually a master of energy. So I've been working with energy for the last 10 plus years. And I've worked with a lot of clients. And so I have got to have some very clear understandings about how energy actually works on a day to day basis within our lives. Because for me, it's not good to have, information that is theoretical
Yeah.
about energy. That's all very well. But for me personally, if I can't use it in my daily life, then it's just information and I can probably do without it. However, when it comes to energy, it certainly is very, very important to get a good grip on understanding. I call it being energy aware. And so part of what I want to share today here with this discussion with you, Nancy, is about just the basics of energy and then how that shows up with influences. So we are all made of energy. That's the first thing. And if you don't believe me, go and find out what Albert Einstein was saying about energy, because he's quoted as saying, everything is energy. That's all there is to it. There is no matter. So there's no physicality. This does not exist as a physical. It's all energy. If everything is energy, then our thoughts most certainly are energy. And they have a direction and a frequency and intensity, depending on how passionately we think about something, positive or negative. So when we think about ourselves as energetic beings, not only is the physical body energetic, yet we see it as matter, but we also have an energy field that stretches out about 4 meters. It's a healthy energy field, or aura, as you might have heard that term, filled with absolute buzzing vibration. So when you are in a particular emotional state, other people pick up on it. There is no hiding. You can't hide your actual emotions or the way that you are feeling about yourself or others. And this means that when you go into an environment where there are other people, then you are going to be an energetic influencer, whether you like it or not. So the thing that you need to get to grips with is if you want to succeed, then you need to be a positive energy influencer.
Hmm. And one of the things that came to me, Ildiko, when you were talking about that, think about, everything that we believe as adults was pretty much taught to us or taken on by us from the time we're born to about 5 years old. And then we've got that conditioning between 5 and
Yeah.
teenage years. But so if you're a child and you are around angry parents,
Mm,
you will learn more. You will create beliefs around the energy of angry people, meaning what you
absolutely.
should do, what you shouldn't do, what's good, what's bad. Oh, I was a bad person today, I was a good person today, and you don't even realize it, but those beliefs are so steeped inside of you,
Mm.
and you take those beliefs with you into adulthood. And so we have so many adults walking around making choices and decisions based on childhood beliefs that they're not even aware of.
Absolutely, Nancy. And let's talk about a big topic, money.
Yes.
Depending on what you experience with your family, depending on the beliefs that your parents held about money and the possibilities of money, will absolutely influence adults in their later years. When you're trying to run a business, then you're going to come against the resistance, which comes from trying to go against your beliefs, which you learned at the time.
Exactly. And then when you put the energy and the beliefs together, but you think it's a matter of willpower or taking another class or reading another book or working with a different coach or teacher or therapist, and you think that it's just a simple matter of someone telling you what to do, when really every answer lies within you. It's understanding the energy behind your belief, the belief that the energy is going that back and forth like a tractor pull, just, beaming you back in. And when that is just the most powerful way for you to let go of whatever it is that you're struggling with.
Absolutely. It really does come down to becoming energy aware. That's what or energy informed, actually. These are the two terms I use, energy aware and energy informed. Because once you understand about what's happening energetically, you can do something about it. And it's our personal responsibility. Nobody is going to do it for us. We can only do it for ourselves. But if you don't have the information in this, in the first place, how are you going to ever manage to shift? Because you're right. People go to workshops, they read books, they watch webinars, and nothing changes for years and years and years. And that's precisely because that's not where the answer lies, and it's not within willpower. Willpower works to a certain extent, but then after that, it just falls apart.
Right. People go to these seminars and they have all these, like 1,000 people there. And so the energy in the room is high vibration.
Amazing.
And, it's like 2:00 in the morning and you're like, yes, let's go call our friends and tell them that they need this. And, because you're on this energetic high, and then a week or so after you get home, you're unable to sustain that energy.
Correct.
Because you have not taken a look at the belief that you had.
That's
the
right.
Belief is what got you to the seminar or the workshop, and the belief is what you're really trying to understand and get a hold of. The energy is what's like, yes, I can do this, I can do this. Then you walk away and you get home and you're with your own thoughts. But if someone hasn't taught you that you are influencing your own life based on your beliefs and the energy around your beliefs, you're going to just, go back to where you were, that low energy.
Yeah, totally. I talk about elastic bands.
Yes.
Habits are elastic bands. You can stretch it so far, but if you've had a bad day, boom, you let go and it snaps back to the same size, the same shape. And you're right, because those energy highs are just, they're not sustainable unless you actually build the foundation underneath in order to continue that. But it's an extreme place to be, which you can't sustain for a long period of time. So yes, it's really slow and steady, those changes in a traditional way. But then we don't do things traditionally, do we, Nancy? We have a fast track way of getting to where you want to get to.
Yes, we help people understand, like, okay, let's take a look at the belief. Let's understand what belief you've created around this area that you're struggling. Let's find out what the energy is that's blocking you.
That's
and
right.
let's just get rid of that. Let's get rid of that.
My magic wand. Boom, boom.
But the beautiful thing too, is that we're teaching people to do it for themselves. We're not teaching them to be dependent on us.
No.
Because once a person understands, like, they created this belief, they created this energy, and they continue to perpetuate it, then once you understand, like, oh, okay, I am doing it from within, which also means that I have the power within to let it go.
Absolutely.
Bim, bam, thank you, ma'am. That's a way to get rid of it.
So coming back to our energetic influences, I want to share a really interesting story about how your energy can really affect a lot of people. So there's a researcher, at the time she was just working in a company, in an office. She was called Sigil Barsad, and she noticed that the office environment was really negative. Everybody was down. They weren't having conversations around the coffee machine. They were just keeping their heads down and getting on with their day-to-day work and then going home at the end of the day. No socializing, nothing. And then one day she came in and she was amazed because suddenly everybody was chatty. They were laughing, joking. There was a great energy about the place. And she was really stunned as to what's happened. So she thought, well, maybe it's just one day that it's happened. And, you know, there was some football match or something that, you know, the team won and everybody's happy. Next day she went in, exactly the same. Fantastic, positive energy, people very happy, laughing, joking. And that went on for a week. And she was really scratching her head to say, well, what on earth happened? Because nobody's joined the company, nobody's left the company. There's been no major changes anywhere. She couldn't work it out. And then after the weekend, she came in on the Monday and boom, it was straight back to the negativity, everybody just moping around and not looking at anybody else, just getting on with their work. And she finally traced it down to one thing that was different. And that was that there was a receptionist who'd been on holiday and then had come back. And it turned out she was very negative in her attitudes, in her beliefs, in her words, her expressions. So she brought everybody down and she could affect a whole company.
Yes. And it's so important, you know, we talk about influencers. You can be a positive influencer and you can be a negative influencer. Yeah. And then if you're the person running the company, you know, you want to ask yourself too, are you the positive influencer or the negative influencer? Yeah. And if you believe you're the positive influencer, are you enabling you know, an atmosphere in the workplace for that negative influencer? You know, we all feed off of each other because all of our energy, we're all combined like a tapestry, woven in together. And so it really matters what one person is thinking, acting, saying, and doing is affecting others.
Absolutely. And I think this is the question you need to ask yourself if you're out there and you have got a negative atmosphere in your office with your staff. What really is going on? And it's about identifying who it is who's the negative effect, you know, sitting as like the gloomy cloud in the office.
Right.
And bring everybody else down. I mean, I've personally experienced this myself as well in offices.
I have too. Yep.
Yeah. And it's just unbelievable how powerful.
It's horrible. And because, you know, then you go through that all day long in the workplace and then you take it home with you. We see road rage to and from work. Someone doesn't want to go to work. Someone does, you know, they leave work and then they take it home with them. And it just has this ripple effect. And so it's so important for people to understand, you know, what kind of an energetic influencer they are. Ildiko, this has been a really fabulous conversation. I think that, you know, letting people know that they have the power around their own energetic influences and how they are influencing others. It's amazing. And if any of you, you know, would like to know more about how you can awaken your personal best around your energetic influencer or what kind of energetic influencer you are, just click on the link attached to this video. You know, have a conversation with us. Let's see how we can start, you know, helping you to have positive energy, positive beliefs in your life. In the meantime, this is Nancy Muller
and Ildiko Skir
saying, remember, life is all about choices.
And energy first.
Absolutely. Ciao for now.